Hey there, it's Rob from the Facebook Myocardial Bridge Support Group. This video is about talking to doctors. It's often not an easy thing to do. We see all the time on our website, thousands of people have difficulty talking to doctors. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And instead of playing the blame game, we just look at the facts. Like, why is it difficult sometimes for people with myocardial bridges to speak to doctors? It's really difficult for a couple reasons. One is it's a very emotional condition, right? When you have a myocardial bridge, you're feeling lousy all the time for your whole life. You know something's wrong. You've often had people tell you that, oh, it's all in your head. So you come in very emotional. The problem is, I'm not, and this video is not telling people don't have emotions, turn it into Mr. Spock. I mean, you should have emotions about it, right? It's a very serious thing. So I'm not trying to invalidate people's emotions. But if you go into a doctor's office, they don't know you. They know very little about you. And you're all emotional about your condition. You have to realize that we live in a strange day and age where, unlike, say, 20 years ago, people are Googling things on the internet all the time and saying, oh, this feeling I have, it's that, or it's this, or it's that. This is a known thing among doctors. It's a very, very well-known phenomenon. And they're on the lookout. They have their guard up for that, right? For people coming in and saying, I found this disease on the internet. I think I have that. So they're rightfully wary and afraid of having somebody come in with all this emotion and compassion and all that stuff, and the doctor gets swayed. Oh, really? Oh, it's terrible. And they prescribe something or give them an operation or whatever. And because of their own compassion, they get in trouble because it turns out, oh, it wasn't that. So we can't go in there and just expect that the doctor is going to feel what we feel and therefore give us the diagnosis. They can feel what we feel, but actually it might go the other way. They might feel bad, but then put up the wall because, like, yeah, I feel bad, but I also want to keep my job, right? I feel bad, but I also want to not get investigated by the insurance company. I feel bad, but I also don't want to go to court, you know? So that emotional appeal is not going to work usually. Save the emotional appeal for yourself and your people around you, your friends and everything, so they understand. But the doctor, it just depends on the doctor too, right? Like, different doctors are um, different levels of emotional intelligence and all that. But my point is that it's not going to get you any closer to a diagnosis usually. What will? Well, knowing about myocardial bridges. That's the only thing that I know that's going to get you closer to a diagnosis. In other words, you need to educate yourself using our information, like the myocardialbridge.net website that we put up there, which has the frequently asked questions, which has the myths, myth number one, myth number two, and then also the Wikipedia page, which we wrote, and also the YouTube videos, which we have up there. We have a whole like school of myocardial bridges on the internet that anyone can go to. And if you're intimidated by that, say, I don't know, it seems like a lot of mumbo jumbo. This is not that complicated. This is like middle school science. It ain't complicated. Garden hose gets squashed, stays compressed for longer than doctors often think. That's what you got to explain to them. That's myth number one. I mean, it's not rocket science. So my point is that, and part of the reason I'm making this video is because I see people on the site and that I chat with, etc., and they are very emotional for good reason. It should be, but they're spending all their time thinking about their emotions and their emotions in the doctor's office and this and that. And then I ask, well, so did you explain myth number one to the doctor? And they say, well, which what? What's that? And I'm like, that's the whole point of our site, right? Is to educate people about myocardial bridges. So if you haven't done the little bit of work to understand the basic myths that the doctors are going to throw at you, then why would you expect to get anywhere with those doctors? Okay. The good news is that the doctors will basically usually have the same myths over and over again that that is the reason that they don't give people the treatment they need. Okay. And you can educate them. You can explain, actually, doctor, I understand why you said that because that's commonly understood in medicine for a long time. But the science has been updated since then. Things have changed. Now they know better. And it's actually a myth. Let me show you why. Here's a diagram, etc. You just go through the stuff we have on our myth number one stuff. Okay. We have it all laid out right there for you. And if there's anything questions about that, we'd be happy to answer them. Okay. So you want to go into your doctor, not expecting to get emotions to bowl them over, knowing that if you're so emotional, it's probably going to be against you. It's going to work against you because they're not going to listen to your actual ideas. They're going to go too wrapped up in your emotions and shut down, right? They're going to just shut down and put up a shield. So go in with paper, go in with facts, and work on knowing your facts up, down, and sideways from our site. And then you go in and you respectfully, logically explain your case. Okay, so don't think I'm going to go into a court case like Tom Cruise and make like fireworks, Julia Roberts, or anything like that. Think of it like I'm going to be like an FBI investigator in the back of the office, slowly but carefully putting together my case. And once I've got it all lined up, once I understand every single line of that thing, up, down, and sideways, I understand how it all fits together, every piece of logic in that argument, and how it leads to a conclusion, and I know what's on my images, right? You should know what's on your own images better than the doctor can see your images because they're not looking at myocardial bridges all day long, but we are. I've been looking at myocardial bridge images for 5.5 years. Okay, so you can know about this stuff, and once you've got all that lined up, like the FBI agent making the case, then you go into that office, say, "Doctor, can I talk to you for a minute? Let me show you some things." Start laying things out on the table, let them see it, answer their questions, and basically, once they see the ideas, okay, you've done what you can do. Okay, that will usually get you further than just coming in with just emotions. Okay, emotions might be a good thing to use like as a last resort. You know, if a doctor's super stubborn and doesn't listen to even the ideas are on the table, you say, "Come on, doc." But meeting doctors with logic, helping them help you is the way to go. So when you come in educated, when you come in very, very, very knowledgeable, that doctor's going to recognize that just like that. He's going to feel more comfortable listening to you because he knows he's not getting bamboozled by emotions of people who may or may not know what they really have as a disease or as an issue. He sees that you're trying to help him or her. And so he's going to be on your side more, right? When he sees that what you're doing is actually trying to help him stay out of trouble. Your work that you do to educate yourself about bridges keeps him from getting in trouble with insurance companies, courts, the hospital, etc. Okay, so help the doctor help you. Good luck. Any questions about that? And also any ideas that you have that have worked, things that you've done with doctors that have been successful? I'd love to hear about it in the comments or on their website. Good luck. I hope to see you on our website.